Welcome back to our channel where we tell you what we would do differently if we were the creators of TV shows and movies. Now, this video is a bit different because I'm the only one making it. I'm not having my co-partner here today. But as you saw from the title, we are, well, I guess I am doing what I would do differently for Riverdale Season 1. As we all know, that Riverdale is a darker take on Darcy Comics, which I would keep that sort of aesthetic, but I would also add in some more of the tone of, I would sort of mix the tone of the comic books and TV show that we all know. And before I forget, one thing that I will change is Dark Betty. I will keep it, but I'm going to tweak it slightly. It's going to be more of like during the darkest points, that's when it's going to occur. Now, it does occur during a bit of dark time, but it's going to occur less frequent, and it's going to be like less prevalent in season 1, and later seasons they'll get where it'll show up more. Now back to what I talked about before. Now, to start off with the show, this one I would keep the same mystery about Jason Blossom, but there is a lot of stuff I would change. I would have us at the very beginning show the friendship of Jughead Jones and Archie Andrews. I will keep that Veronica is just moving in. That's something I would definitely keep the show, like she's the new girl. We would get hints about her father still. And one thing that I am changing, which I'm bringing this from the comic books, Jughead will be asexual in my version. Even Cole Sprouse said he wished that they would have focused on Jughead's asexuality, so I'm actually bringing that from the comics and putting it into the show. Now, the one thing that can still happen, not sure if I would do in my version, I'd probably just immediately skip over that relationship, at least for the time being. I would not have Betty and Jughead get together. They still can get together, because I do like their relationship. It's more of the fact that Jughead's supposed to be asexual, and that's like a big representation that we don't see very much. So I am adding that back into my version of the show. And one thing I am cutting is the relationship between Archie Andrews and Miss Grundy. That relationship was just wrong on so many levels. I guess it did fit some of the tone, but I would just cut that out of the show. Now, back to the whole plot of the show. Jason Blossom. He's still gonna go missing. And I really want to build on the town. So I want, like, not just focus on, like, these mom and dad have their own newspaper thing and they, like, make these headlines. I actually want to focus on the town itself and the people living in it. Jason, since he is part of the biggest town in Riverdale, so I am going to build on the town itself and their reaction to the news about Jason going missing, and then we find out that he actually is dead, and especially after we find out who killed him. Now, on to the killer. Other than a bit of the, like, maybe some of the overall things, like how it's going to feel with the new tone I'm adding, which I'm going to make sure if I were to do it to make sure it was right. On terms of the actual storyline, it probably won't be that different, because overall I think season 1 was a very good start. Now on the other seasons, I'm not going to speak on my opinion in this episode, but overall I think it was a very good start to this, like, darker take of Riverdale. And there is some things that I already know I'm going to do for later seasons, but overall I think it was a very good start. And I'm not going to change much about that storyline. Now on to the cliffhanger with the Black Hood. I'm still going to have the Black Hood be the, like, sort of new threat for season 2, but now Fred Andrews is still going to get shot at the end of season 1 to leave it on a cliffhanger, but I am going to add sort of my own spin to it. So we all know the Black Hood, it will be the villain for season 2, and that's still going to be the case in my version, but we are going to have, like, this whole scene with the town of Riverdale and everyone reacting to this new sort of killer of the Black Hood, and a lot of things involving the Black Hood will change in season 2 for my version. But without further ado, I think that's where I'll end it. But before I do, one more thing. Or it will be both of us. I know I haven't mentioned F.P. Jones yet, who's going to be posting, because his storyline will be practically one more thing. I'm going to address how I'm going to shift the tone of my version into the mix of the comics and the original TV show. I am going to have Jason, Jughead Jones be the comic relief. He's still going to be a bit brooding about their relationship as Jughead starts to believe maybe he did, since he did confess. But if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.